We're back. Recording in progress. All right, we're back on. Greetings, 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 family, friends, and the world. This is Mikael, Eric Harris, or should I say Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. This is October 18th, 2025. This is October 18th, 2025. And this is Assembly of the Righteous. This is when the righteous come together in the word of Yah, according to his word, according to the law, and according to the scriptures. Today is the Assembly of the Righteous. And again, this is October 18th, 2025. And today's information we're in 2 Samuel, the second part of 2 Samuel chapter 3. We're going into our second part, and we started off with 2 Samuel 3, 1 through 21, and we're about to get started, starting at 22, the second part, part 2, that is, of 2 Samuel. And as you can see, we're in the book of Samuel. This is where we're at this point in time. And in the book, we went from 1 Samuel, now we're in 2 Samuel. And we're in chapter 3, and this is the second part. And we're at verse 22. But what I'm going to do is, I always like to give a recap. So we're going to go from, and this is called Joab kills Abner. So, but just to share with you what happened in part 1, I like to give a recap. In part 1, we started in chapter 3. Verse 1 said, now there was a long war between the house of Saul and the house of David. But David waxed stronger and stronger, and the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker. Right? So in this conversation, now we in that time, David had 6 children. 6 children was born. One is Amnon, Chalib, Absalom was his third, Adoniah was his fourth, Shephatha was his fifth, and Ithram was his sixth son that was born. That's in verse 4. But in over here, you'll notice in verse 6. Abner made himself strong for the house of Saul, but then he also went into Saul's concubine, which is one of Saul's second-ranked wives, should I say, she was a concubine of Saul. And then Ishbosheth got upset, and he said, he asked, he got mad because he said, wherefore hast thou gone into my father's concubine? Saul did. So what happened was Abner got angry. And when you read from verse 8 on down, you'll see where that was his excuse. They was already losing. Sounds like it was raining. So they was already losing. So to me, verse 8, as we went through part 1, this seemed like it was more of an excuse for him to go ahead and say, we're going to go ahead and give the kingdom over to David. If you go ahead and read, and then you go back to chapter 1, part 1, where we had started off in, and it was a nice long conversation, but it was get an understanding of the situation at hand and what's going on. All right? Okay, so now Abner, what he did was, if you go over here to the end of, not the end, but if you go to chapter 3, starting over here at verse, if you start at 17, you'll see where Abner communicated with the elders of Israel, saying unto Saul, saying, ye sought after David in time past to be king over you. Now, let it happen. That's mainly what he's saying. You sought for David to be king over you, now let it be. So now David's going to end up being king. And then what Abner did was, he spoke to all the elders of the children of Israel. So verse 20, it says, so Abner came to David to Hebron, and 20 men with him, and David made Abner and the men that were with him a feast. And 21 states, And Abner said unto David, I will arise and go and will gather all Israel unto my lord the king. He's making known that he's the king, that they may make a league with thee, and that thou mayest reign over all that thine heart desireth. And David sent Abner away, and he went in peace. Now we're going to start at verse 22, when just before that it said Joab kills Abner. Now, it's a reason why Joab gonna kill Abner, because Abner killed Joab's brother. But it was his brother's fault, because when both of them, and like I tell you, if you go over to 2 Samuel chapter 2, you will see where Abner, the son of Ner, captain of Saul's host, took Ishbosheth, the son of Saul, and brought him over to Miriam and made him king over Gilead. See, he made him king at the time when Judah made David king over Judah. Judah was made king over Judah. Judah made David king over Judah, but Abner made Ishbosheth, because he was Saul's son, king over really all the nations of Israel. So the Judah was the southern kingdom, which was Judah and Benjamin. The northern kingdom was all the 9.5 tribes, But at this time, this is when the kingdom was kind of separated. They was kind of coming together, because Saul was king over everybody at the time. But then now they made after Saul's death, Judah made David king over them, and then that's when Abner went and did that with Ishbosheth. But then, as they see, as over here in chapter 3, verse 1, now there was long war between the house of Saul and the house of David. But David waxed stronger and stronger, and the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker. So now, Abner is mainly taking the kingdom from the man that he put up as Saul's son, and said, man, I'm taking from you, I'm going to give the kingdom over to who the Creator said the kingdom is supposed to belong to. Now, I don't know if he knew that or not, but the point is that he see David is waxing stronger. Mm-hmm. Now, verse 22, Joab kills Abner. That's in my heading. And behold, the servants of David and Joab came from pursuing a troop and brought in a great spoil with them. So it was somebody else. But Abner was not with David in Hebron, for he had sent him away, and he was gone in peace. Now, what it sounds like, now Joab should have known about this, because everybody hearsay gets around. So it says, behold, the servants of David and Joab came from pursuing a troop and brought in a great spoil with them. But Abner was not with David in Hebron, for he had sent him away, and he was gone in peace. We just read that in verse 22. Go ahead and get this real quick. But Abner was not with David in Hebron, for he had sent him away, and he was gone in peace. Verse 23. When Joab and all the host that was with him were come, they told Joab, saying, Abner, the son of Ner, came to the king, and he had sent him away, and he is gone in peace. See that? So he said he can't. And I just said that the word get around. Mm-hmm. I just said that, didn't I? Mm-hmm. When Joab and all the host that was with him were come, see there? Abner, the son of were come, they told Joab, saying, Abner, the son of Ner, came to the king, and he has sent him away, and he is gone in peace. So he didn't know about it because he was gone. Joab might didn't know it. Then Joab came to the king and said, what hast thou done? You see that? There go Joab. What hast thou done? Behold, Abner came unto thee. Why is this that thou hast sent him away, and he is gone? He is quite gone. Thou knowest Abner, the son of Ner, that he came to deceive thee. That what Joab wanted to say. and to know thy going out and thy coming in, and to know all that thou doest. And when Joab was come out from David, he sent messengers after Abner, which brought him again from the well of Sirah. But David knew it not. David didn't know it. David didn't know this thing happened. And when Joab was come out from David, he sent messengers. Okay, I'm going with this in green. And Joab and said, What hast thou done? Behold, Abner came unto thee. Why is that thou hast let him go away, and he is quite come? He is quite come. He is quite gone. Thou knowest Abner, the son of Ner, that he came to deceive thee, and know thy going out and thy coming in, to know all that thou doest. And when Joab was come out from David, he sent messengers after Abner, which sought him again from the well of Sirah. But David knew it not. And when Joab was come out from David, he sent messengers after Abner, which brought him again from the well. But David didn't know it. And when Abner was returned to Hebron, Joab took him aside in the gate to speak with him quietly, and smote him there under the fifth rib, that he died for the blood of Ashir, for his brother. See, he went to go get them to go get him, and he came back. For the blood of Ashir, his brother. That's why he did it under vengeance. When Abner was returned to Hebron, Joab took him aside in the gate to speak quietly, and smote him there under the rib. See, he didn't think it was going to happen, that he died for the blood of Shaul, his brother. So he knew. David talked to him. David told him what was up. And afterward, when David heard it, he said, I and my kingdom are guiltless before Yah. See that right there? And after when David heard it, he said, I and my kingdom are guiltless before Yah forever from the blood of Abner, the son of Ner. Let it rest on the head of Joab and on all his father's house. And let there not fail from the house of Joab one that has an issue, or that is a leper, or that leaneth on a staff, or that falleth on the sword, or that lacketh bread.
How do you lack bread? What do you mean?
Lack.
Like lick it up?
Lacketh.
Oh, lack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And afterwards, when David heard it, he said, I and my kingdom are guiltless. Before Yah. Forever. From the blood of Abner. He know Abner came in peace, and he gave him the kingdom.
So the killing of Abner was a payback.
It was revenge.
Yeah.
It wasn't payback, but it was payback, yep. But it was revenge. But the whole thing is, it wasn't Abner's fault. It was his brother's fault. His brother was coming at him. That's just like somebody coming at you. Go on now. I keep telling you, go on now.
Right.
You go on. I keep telling you, go on. And then you end up breaking them down. They not hit them one time. They knock their eye or break their arm, or if they fall and some get hurt. But it wasn't your fault because they kept coming at you.
Exactly.
All you doing is protecting yourself.
Yeah, he was defending himself.
And that's all he was doing. But yet still, some people, they don't care. Man, but you killed my brother.
You weren't supposed to let him kill me.
So Joab and Abishai, his brothers, slew Abner. So Joab and Abishai, his brother, slew Abner because he had slain their brother Ashil at Gibeon in the battle. So both of them did. It wasn't just Joab.
Right.
And David said to Joab and to all the people that were with him, rent your clothes and gird you with sackcloth and mourn before Abner. And King David himself followed the bear. B-I-E-R. Look that up, baby.
B-I-E-R.
B-I-E-R. And David said to Joab and to all the people that were with him, rent your clothes and gird you with sackcloth and mourn before Abner. And King David himself,
A bier or a bier is a frame or stretcher used to carry a dead body to the grave.
Okay.
It is mentioned in passages like 2 Samuel 3:31.
Okay. That's where we at. 2 Samuel 3:31. That's exactly where we at too. So what they did, they carried like he was on a cot that they picked him up and they carried him to a grave. David said to Joab and all the people that were with him, everybody else with him.
Yeah, it's a frame for carrying the dead.
Rent your clothes and gird you with sackcloth and mourn before Abner. And King David himself followed them carrying them.
Yeah, but so King David commands his men to mourn the deceased Abner and to carry him on a bier to his burial place. Okay.
And they buried Abner in Hebron. And the king lifted up his voice and wept at the grave of Abner. And all the people wept. Now you mean to tell me, well, he knew, he didn't care. Joab didn't care. And the king lamented over Abner and said, died Abner as a fool dieth. Died Abner as a fool dieth. Thy hand were not bound, nor thy feet put into fetters. As a man falleth before wicked men, so fallest thou. Okay, you see what he's saying? He's calling him wicked and because he killed them in the time of peace.
Oh yeah.
He killed him in the time he's wicked. Joab was wicked for what he did.
David wasn't no joke with that ruler.
And this is his second lamentation. What was his first one? I kind of wrote it saying David first poem. This is his second.
Wow. He killed him in a time of peace.
This is David first poems over here. And this is his second. over Abner and said, died Abner as a fool dieth? That was a question. Thy hands were not bound, nor thy feet put in feathers, as a man falleth before wicked men. So falleth thou, the people wept again. So falleth thou, and all the people wept again over him. Now, let me read it first before I do that. Let me read it again. Verse 33. And the king lamented over Abner and said, died Abner as a fool dieth? Thy hands were not bound, nor thy feet put into fetters. As a man falleth before wicked men, so falleth thou. And all the people wept again over him. And when all the people came to David to eat meat while it was yet day, David swore, saying, so do God to me, and more also, if I taste bread or aught else till the sun be down. So he fast for him. He fast for him. So that was it.
Yeah, he know that wasn't right. But that's why he said it that way. He died like a fool died. He wasn't killed because of anything else, because his hands wasn't bound. So he wasn't captive.
Right. He was set up because he went and got him, because he knew he just got through making peace with David, made David king of him, and got all the elders. I don't know what Joab and them was going to do. I don't know where they was at, but they had to be doing something somewhere. I don't know what they was doing. But for Abner to come, sit down, and have a feast, and Joab wasn't there? You know what I'm saying? So he must have been going on, I don't know what they was doing, but he was doing whatever he was doing. Joab, that is. And they had a feast.
That's right. That's what David said. Nope. I already know.
Mm-hmm.
You know he was wise.
Yep, definitely.
Very wise. You would think you're getting over on him. He was already on him.
Yep. Thy hands were not bound, nor thy feet put into fetters. As a man falleth before wicked men. Let me put that. As a man falleth before wicked men.
That's how he was murdered.
Yep, he was murdered. As a man fall before wicked men, so falleth thou. And all the people wept over him. People probably didn't know who did it. They didn't know who did it. David knew who it was. And David had them pick him up and do. But he was letting them know, as thou fall for wicked men, that's how you fell. And when all the people came to cause David to eat meat while it was yet day, I keep trying to get people to understand, day is the daylight period.
That's what day is. Not no nighttime.
David swore, saying, so do Yah to me, and more also, if I taste bread or aught else till the sun be down. That's night. The sun go down, that's night. I've been trying to tell people this for the longest. They still trying to argue with me, talking about some night is day. Night is evening.
That's how they tricked us. So we wouldn't come into the true power of who we are.
That's right.
We have to confuse the what did he say? Confuse the power of the holy people.
That's it. Yep. A lot of people in confusion today.
Stuff that it taught us, and it's in us. We can't hear it no other way. When you said, how can you get a day in the middle of the night? And they say 12 a.m. It's not a.m.
They still on time of the Romans. Verse 36. And all the people took notice of it, and it pleased them, as whatsoever the king did please all the people. And all the people took notice of it, and it pleased them as whatsoever the king did pleased all the people. For all the people and all Israel understood that day that it was not of the king to slay Abner, nor his. Okay, see, that's when people understood. What they did, they seen that he fasted. See what it was, and all the people took notice of it, and it pleased them. It showed them that he wasn't part of that, because just the fact that he didn't eat, he fasted throughout that day, as whatsoever the king did please, as whatsoever the king did please all the people. For the people and all Israel understood that day that it was not the king's, it was not of the king to slay Abner, nor slay Abner the son of Ner. Mm-hmm. I guess eating back at that time would be more like a celebration or whatever or what have you. But the fact that he didn't eat, it showed.
He wasn't happy about that.
Yeah, he showed him mourning, because think about it. If someone come, you made a feast for everybody. We all sit down, and you're showing me, you giving me, I wouldn't say praise, but you're actually giving me the honor of saying, okay, you're gonna be king over everything.
Right.
You know, when we was at enemies, we was at odds at one time. Now we had peace. Mm-hmm. 38. And the king said unto his servants, know ye not that there is a prince and a great man falling this day in Israel? See, he gave Abner his props. The king said unto the servant, know ye not that there is a prince and a great man falling this day in Israel? I am this day weak, though anointed king, and these men, the son of Zeruiah, be too hard for me. Yah shall reward the doer of evil according to his wickedness. And we said the son of Zeruiah, talking about Job and his that's them two brothers. The doer of wickedness according to their wickedness. The doer of evil according to their wickedness. And that's what happens. I guess we'll go into chapter 4, since we only got how many more verses? We only got 12 verses. We're going to now chapter 4. Ishbosheth murdered by his brothers. Oh man. Ishbosheth murdered by his brother. This is chapter 4. Yep. This is the king that which column put up? That Abner put up. Ishbosheth murdered by his brothers. Verse 1. And when Saul's sons heard that Abner was dead, and Saul's sons heard that Abner was dead in Hebron, his hands were feeble. And when Saul's sons heard that Abner was dead in Hebron, his hands were feeble, and all the Israelites were troubled. I wonder why. They knew what happened. So that's what it was. He called the elders together. Abner called the elders together, and the elders got together. Yeah. And see, that didn't mean all Israel. It was, see, this is the difference, the heads. See what I'm saying? This same thing I was telling this brother yesterday, and that same thing I told Q. What's his name? Quashan, I believe it is, on Facebook. Sean. Judah is the head, which is the Melchizedek. The tribe, the whole nation of Judah is the Melchizedek. Israel is the nation of the priestlyhood, the priestly tribe. We're a nation of priests, but the Melchizedek is Judah. That's the head. He's the head. So, and when Saul's sons heard that Abner was dead in Hebron, his hands were feeble, and all the Israelites were troubled. And Saul's sons had two men that were captains of bands. The name of the one was Baana,
Bana.
and the Saul heard that Abner was dead. Saul's son heard that Abner was dead in Hebron. His hands were feeble, and all the Israelites were troubled. And Saul's son had two men that were captains of bands. The name of one was Baana, and the name of the other Rechab, the son of Rimon, a sons of Rimon, a Beeroshite. A Beeroshite, whatever that was a land. Beerothite. There you go, a Beerothite. Rimon, a Beerothite. We got to look at them lands. Of the children of Benjamin. See, there was of Benjamin. But Benjamin, it must have been a land in Benjamin. Just like this is Michigan, and then we got Detroit. Then we got Lansing. And we got Flint, Saginaw. So these are land inside the land. So Benjamin was a land, but Beershite was a land inside of Benjamin.
So we would be the children of Detroit.
Well, you know how it is on our nation, don't you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Nation of Michigan, and then when it goes to the city, you got our name on it. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Knowledge. For Beeroth was also reckoned to Benjamin. You see what I'm saying? That's why it says also reckoned to Benjamin. Reckon means it was a place in Benjamin. Or should I say, there you go right there. Beeroth also was reckoned to Benjamin. Mm-hmm. You just got through saying that too. And the Beeroshites fled to Githom. Get them. It sounds like it, don't it? Get them. And the Beeroshites fled to get them, and were sojourners there unto this day. And Jonathan, Saul's son, had a son that was lame of his feet. That was lame of his feet. He was 5 years old when the tidings came of Saul and Jonathan. He was 5 years old. He was 5. When Jonathan and Saul passed. Out of Israel. And his nurse took him up, and see that? His nurse. He had nurses then. See that? Mm-hmm. And his nurse took him up and fled. And it came to pass, as she made haste to flee, that he fell and became lame. Okay, that's how he became lame, because she was trying to get him. He was 5. She was leaving. He fell and became lame. That's how he became lame. And his name was Mephibosheth. Mephibosheth. I guess that's the best way I can say it. Mephibosheth. You can say it. You better than me.
Mephibosheth. That might be it. I don't know. You have to look up the names, how to pronounce it.
Mm-hmm. Let me hit these real quick. Baana, Rechab, Beershite, and Benjamin. Beeroth was of Benjamin, and the Beershites fled to get them, and were sojourners there unto this day. Jonathan, Saul's son, had a son named lame was 5 years old when he came to Saul, Jonathan, out of Israel, and his nurse took him up, okay, and became lame when he fell. And his name was Mishbosheth. And the son of Rimmon the Beeroshite, and the son of Rimmon the Beeroshite, okay, Rechab and Baanah, went and came about the heat of the day, which is around noon. You see that? The heat of the day, that's around noonday. That's when it's high noon. Went and came about the heat of the day, it's in around noonday, to the house of Ishbosheth, who laid on a bed at noon. See that? I just said at noon, didn't I? Mm-hmm. The heat of the day, who lay on a bed at noon. And they came thither into the midst of the house as though they would have fetched wheat. And they smote him under the fifth rib. Everything's under the fifth rib. And Rechab and his brother escaped, and they escaped. What's going on under that fifth rib? I wonder what's happening. The fifth rib from the top or the fifth rib from the bottom? For when they came into the house, he laid on his bed in his bedchamber, and they smote him and slew him and beheaded him. Dang. They smote him, slew him, and beheaded him, and took his head and got them away through the plain all night. See that? See now, all night. They went to bed at noon, about the heat of the day. Lay on the bed at noon. And they came thither into the midst of the house, as though they would have fetched wheat, and they smote him. In the midst of the house, as though they would fetch wheat. And they smote him under the fifth rib, and his brother escaped. For when they came into the house, he lay on his bed. When they came into the house, he lay on his bed in his bedchamber, and they smote him and slew him and beheaded him, and went through the plain all night. And they brought the head of Ishbosheth unto David to Hebron, and said to the king, Behold, the head of Ishbosheth, the son of Saul, thine enemy, which sought thy life. And Yah have avenged my lord the king this day of Saul and of his seed. Ooh, boy. Now you see that? People doing stuff on their own.
Yeah.
You see that? People just doing stuff they doing what they want to do.
They doing it today.
Yep. And they brought the head of Ishbosheth.
Do what they want to do.
They brought the head of Ishbosheth unto David to Hebron. Now, who told you to go do this? Everybody be trying to get props.
That's what David was wiping his hand at that.
Yep. To the king. Behold, the head of Ishbosheth, the son of Saul, thine enemy. Who told y'all to go and do that? Which sought thy life. And they brought the head of Ishbosheth to Hebron and said, behold, the head of Ishbosheth, the son of Saul. And you know what? I'm going to tell you what I see in this. This is my personal thought, but I'm going to tell you what I see in this. I see, and this is what the Creator does. He used the evil to get rid of evil. What I mean by that? He used the evil to get rid of evil. The evil in you, those guys did what they wanted to do. Nobody told them to go do that. Joab did what he did, and and David spoke against them and said, this ain't of me. Now David could have had Joab and them put to death because of what they did. But he was the captain over his army. But these men decided to do what they want to do. They said, okay, we're going to go over here and kill Saul's son. And I don't know, see, and what it was is, they didn't know. Baby, you sleep? Well, okay. You sound like what's coming over there. So what ended up happening was everybody doing what they want to do because they think that they're doing something in favor of the kingship. See, look at what happened. Abner came to David with his 20 men. First, Abner sent men to go talk to David. And then David said, well, you won't see my face unless you bring my wife, Michal. So Abner went and got David's wife that Saul gave to him, which is the youngest daughter of Saul, took her to David. They said, okay, David said, okay, you serious about what you're doing? And made a feast. Joab wasn't there. So whenever Joab was off doing what he was doing, wherever he was at, so he wasn't there. So David and Abner sat down. They had a feast for him and his 20 men. And then they made a pact. And then Abner said, well, I'm going to get all Israel and all the leaders. See, that's the key on leaders. I'm going to get all the leaders of Israel. We're going to come. We're going to make a pact with you. And we're going to make you the leader over Israel. Right? The leaders. This is what people read this. They're reading to it like, see, they did this and they did that. But not creator. The leaders is who was dealing right here. The ones who was the heads. All Israel didn't know what was going on. All Israel didn't know what was going on. So Abner brought the leaders, and the leaders came in. They all sat down, or Abner let the leaders know, and everything was good. And this is when the respect came when David fasted. And when it said, and all the people took notice of, this is verse 36. All the people took notice of when David said that he wasn't gonna eat nothing because of
he wasn't pleased with that.
They know he wasn't pleased with Abner getting killed. He wasn't pleased with it, and he said, "Whatever it is that's upon." He said, and David said to Joab and to all. Matter of fact, let's go up here to 30, verse 30. So Joab and Abishai, his brother, slew Abner because he had slain their brother Ashiel at Gibeon in the battle. 31. And David said to Joab and to all the people that were with him, rid your clothes and gird you with sackcloth and mourn before Abner. And mourn before Abner. And the king, David himself, followed suit. Might well say followed when they carried the body to the grave. And they buried Abner in Hebron, and the king lifted up his voice and wept at the grave of Abner. And all the people wept, and the king lamented over Abner and said, Died Abner as a fool dieth? Thy hands were not bound, nor thy feet put into fetters. As a man falleth before the wicked man, so fallest thou. And all the people wept again over him. And when all the people came to cause David to eat meat, it was while it was yet day, David sware and said, "So Yah to me, and more also, if I taste bread or aught else or anything else, till the sun be down." So all the people was pleased with what he said. So they see David had nothing to do with that. So now we got these other people over here. These two guys over here at beginning of chapter 4, these guys want to go and Jonathan Saul's son. Had a son. I don't know why this came in verse 4. He was 5 years old when when the tidings came of Saul and Jonathan out of Israel. And the nurse took him up and fled, and it came to pass, as she made haste to flee, that he fell and became lame, and his name was Mephibosheth. Mephibosheth. Make sure I get this together. Mephibosheth. When about the heat of the day, to the house of Ishbosheth to lay on his bed, they came thither into the midst of the house, though they were have fetched wheat. Though they was asked to have fetched wheat, like they were going to come to fetch some wheat, they came with subtlety. And they caught him on his bed, and they killed him. And they brought the head of Ishbosheth to David to Hebron, and said to the king, Behold, the head of Ishbosheth, the son of Saul, thine enemy, which sought thy life. And I don't think he never did. They were just fighting. And it wasn't him. I believe it was Abner, which sought thy, when him it was Saul, that enemy which sought thy life. And Yah have avenged my lord the king this day of Saul and of his seed. David puts the murderers to death. Now, this is just. Who told you to go and do this? And David answered Rechab. Hold on. And David answered both of them. And Benaiah, his brother. The Beerothite, and said unto them, As Yah liveth, who have redeemed my soul out of all adversary. When one told me, saying, Behold, Saul is dead, there you go. David answered Rechab and Baanah, his brother, the son of Rimmon, the Beerothite, and said unto them, As Yah liveth, who have redeemed my soul out of all adversity. See that? He's letting you know that the Creator has done all this. Mm-hmm. He always gives Creator praise. As Yah liveth, who have redeemed my soul out of all adversity. When one told me, saying, Behold, Saul is dead, thinking to have brought good tidings. See that? Saul is dead, thinking to have brought good tidings. Y'all killing y'all brother. I took hold of him and slew him in Ziklag. Thought he was bringing good tidings. Who thought that I would have given him a reward for his tidings? Mm-hmm. who thought I would have given him reward for his tidings. How much more when wicked men have slain a righteous person in his own house upon his bed? You see that? Wicked men. A righteous person in his own house upon his bed. Shall I not therefore now require his blood of your hands and take you away from the earth? As Yah has lived, who have redeemed my soul out of all adversity. When one told me, saying, Behold, Saul is dead, thinking to have brought good tidings, I took hold of him and slew him in Ziklag, who thought that I would have given him reward for his tidings. How much more when the wicked man have slain a righteous person in his own house upon his bed? Shall I not therefore now require his blood of your hand and take you away from the earth? See, that's righteousness. You're going to kill a man who's unarmed. See, when they killed Abner, Abner didn't know what was going on. And it was 2 against 1, and they killed him because they put him to the side after he made peace.
Right.
This dude right here know what's going on. He has to know what's going on in order for, because he couldn't do nothing no way.
They set him up.
And they went and murdered him while he's in there. That's just like somebody coming to your house, they come in, slick and be like, okay, we come in peace, everything cool and this and that. Then they come in and kill everybody up in there and take what's going on, what was in there.
Exactly.
That might as well be robbers. Verse 12, last verse. 12th verse, last verse. And David commanded his young men, and they slew them, and cut off their heads and their feet, and hanged them upon.
That sounds like David was a little man.
And David commanded his young men, and they slew them, and cut off their heads and their feet, their hands and their feet. Wait a minute, hold on, let me rephrase that again. And David commanded his young men, and they slew them, and cut off their hands and their feet, and hanged them up over the pool of Hebron. But they took the head of Ishbosheth and buried it in the sepulchre of Abner in Hebron. So what it was is, he got rid of that, not letting nobody know what was going on, sound like. That's what it sounded like. But I guess David made king over all Israel.
Man, that's probably where they got what they do to us from. I didn't know Israel was that gangster.
Say what?
I didn't know Israel was that gangster.
Shoot, look at our people.
Man, they cutting off hands and feet. And he cut the head off, and then you had that to hang him with.
He said, and wait, hold on. And David commanded his young men, and they slew them, and cut off their hands and their feet, and hanged them up over the pool of Hebron. Okay, yeah. But they took the head of Ishbosheth and buried it in the sepulchre of Abner. The Hebron. Wicked men. All right. Well, This is the end of the information for today. This was 2 Samuel chapter 3 and chapter 4. And this is Joab kills Abner. Joab kills Abner. That was today's information. This is going to show how righteousness is being done. Some people think they're doing certain things and they think they're righteous in the things that they're doing. And they're wicked. Even when people call themselves trying to do things and they trying to impress a friend. People do that all day today, don't they? Don't they do that today? They've been trying to impress friends by the things they do. Not realizing they're causing more harm than peace. And it's sad a lot of people don't know that they're doing it. They know they're doing it, but they're trying to gain favor. Trying to gain favor. This dude, now he had to find out how did they even know that he was up on his bed that they killed him. So and you notice David inquisitive. He inquires. Well, how did this happen? How did you do this? How did this go about? And if there's something wrong in the picture, he let it be known. And if somebody's wrong, they're wrong. By the things they do and what they do. So other than that, this is the end of the, Assembly of the Righteous. This was part 2 of, Joab kills Abner. When you think about certain things, you got to be righteous in the things that you do. Yep, but he did. He hung their feet up, hung their hands and feet up for whatever purpose. He hung their hands and feet up, but he buried the head over in with Abner. Excuse me. That sounds like not want to say a sign or an image, but people can take something and make something more than what it really is. Because Abner was the one that put his head as the king of Israel, but like I said, the Creator make things happen as well. And a lot of times we don't realize there's the Creator behind everything that happens, because everything the Creator does, He does it for a purpose. But it's the intentions of the mind of men that the reason why people end up being where they are by the things that they do. The things that a person do, it's the intent that's already in your mind, and you're going to get judged by your intent. Like them two brothers. They have an intent. They try to be like, okay, we're going to go do this, whatever. You know, they go and they kill a man who's not defending himself, can't defend himself. They killed him up on his bed, and then they want to go and get favor from somebody else for something they did, which had nothing to do with them. They had nothing to do with them. But it was the intent of their heart, meaning the evil in them that caused them to do what they were going to do anyway. So it was their time to go. And that's what's going on in the world today. A lot of people don't even realize it. A lot of people have evil hearts. They can be so nice in your face. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we cool and this and that. But have evil deep in their heart. Then you got some people out here that may be ruthless or whatever. They just may be hard, but they being themselves. They being hard. Whatever it is they do. But they being themselves. I will almost go to say, but I'm not going to say, but I will say because it's on my mind. People that have murdered or killed other people, but it was the intention of the badness or whatever it is that they're doing. But who knows? That murderer or whoever may still get his just due because he did it, even though the guy, I ain't gonna say the people that they were murdering was bad anyway, but that murder may just be a switch for the Creator, for the things that they do. So I don't try to judge, I just try to be right in the things I do, so I don't bring that upon me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just thankful to be who I am, and the Creator has allowed me to see and do and be where I am today. Excuse me. But other than that, I would like just to say that I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who's living in the new, this is for you. I'm that same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwell, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see that Mikael is really me. About to do the benediction, and then I'm going to do the Shema. Then I'll give you my information on how to get in contact with me at all the different platforms and the nights that we will be here as well. So other than that, we're going to do the benediction real quick, which is Numbers chapter 6, verse 22 through 30 through 27. Number 6, 22 through 27 states, the priestly benediction. And Yah speak unto them, and Yah spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, On this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, Yah bless thee and keep thee. Yah make his face shine upon thee, and be gracious unto thee. Yah lift up his countenance upon thee, and give thee peace. And they shall put Yah's name upon the children of Israel, and Israel and children upon the children of Israel, and Yah will bless them. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shekevo Vakuto Violam Va'ed Hallelujah. Hear, O Israel, Yah Father is one Father. Blessed be thy glorious kingdom forever and ever. Hallelujah. Praise you, Almighty. Thank you, Father, for the word. Thank you for your knowledge. Thank you for the information you have given us. Thank you for another beautiful Sabbath day. Thank you for the prosperous and the information you have given us that we will hear, do, and retain and share. Your holy word, spirit, and all things we pray. Hallelujah.
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 Hallelujah. Thank you, Father. All right. For everybody else, this is Assembly of the Righteous. We're at the end of that. And if anybody can get in contact with me, you're welcome to give me a call or text me at 770-572-5315. That's 770-572-5315. And you can also email me at lkhyym@gmail.com. That's lkhyym@gmail.com. And you can also connect with me on Facebook. No, you can also connect with me on YouTube and also X, formerly known as Twitter. That's X, formerly known as Twitter. That as well as YouTube at Juice Pro 2012. That's JUICEPRO 33. I don't say 2012. Juice Pro 33. That's JUICEPRO 33 on Twitter, which is X, formerly known as Twitter, and also on YouTube. Juice Pro 33. All together, one word, don't separate it. Excuse me. And you can like, subscribe, and share. You can like, subscribe, and share on that. Also, you can connect with me on Instagram and TikTok. Instagram and TikTok is L'chaim_the Juice, which is spelled LKHYYM_THE, excuse me, JUICE. Again, that's LKHYYM underscore THEJUICE. Now you can also catch me on my other TikTok, which is Michael the Juice Harris, which is MITHEJUI. It's MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. That's MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. All one word on TikTok. All of a sudden. And also my Facebook. My Facebook is Mikael Harris, which is MI'(CHAEL) space HARRIS. Again, that's MI'(CHAEL) space HARRIS. That's Mikael Harris on Facebook. Now my full links, which is on X, formerly known as Twitter, as well as YouTube. On YouTube is on the video. On the other channels is under part 1 and part 2 under live, which is YouTube. Excuse me. Which is YouTube, but the full video is on the video on YouTube, which is Juice Pro 33. And also on X, formerly known as Twitter, which you'll find the full video, as well as patreon.com/LKHYYM. That's patreon.com/LKHYYM. And also on rumble.com/LKHYYM. That's rumble.com/LKHYYM. Excuse me. So those with the platform, those with the media sites, the platforms I'm on Zoom, as well as the sites I was just sharing with you. On Sunday, we're here at Fight Fire with Truth. That's Fight Fire with Truth, which is actually open conversation on Sundays the night after Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 9 p.m. Eastern Time, the night, I like to say night between Sunday and Monday. At 9 p.m. Eastern, which is Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. We have open conversation, but we're still on my life story. So I didn't get a chance to go in there this week just passed because I'm doing other things, going through some paperwork, getting some things together. So we'll be picking up at 9 and 10 this tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Not tonight, but tomorrow night. And then on the night between Monday and Tuesday, we have Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. All of a sudden, my time comes down. All of a sudden. We have Mikael's Knowledge of Truth on the night between Monday and Tuesday, as we call it. And that's at 9 p.m. Hopefully you come down with the same links as for all of them. And also on the night, on Tuesday evening, we have Introductory to Solving Classroom Knowledge. Now this this is private, and we're only on Zoom on this night. Zoom only, it ain't on Facebook, whatever it else. We don't have it on there, it's on Zoom only. This is Introductory to Solving Classroom Knowledge. Then we have on the Sabbath, like we have today, we have Sabbath, which is Assembly of the Righteous. Assembly of the Righteous on the Sabbath at 12 p.m. noon, which is the beginning of the evening, 12 p.m. noon, which is what we were today. And other than that, I thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening there, your seeing. First thing we're going to say bye first to Zoom. You were on the longest, but what I'm going to do is put it on pause just in case if anybody want to say anything afterwards. But we're going to put you on pause right now. But other than that, Zoom, we thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. We appreciate, love you, and always. Peace. Oh, don't tell me I wasn't recording the whole time. I was not recording the whole time. Recording in progress. Huh?
I'm sure it said recording stop.
Oh, God, but it did record. Okay, again, good. Oh, I'd have been mad about it. Well, I'm glad I didn't record it. I'm still going to.
Recorded start just now. It
Oh.
said stop.
Okay, good. Okay, then, man, I'm about to say I wasn't recording again because sometimes I hit this mug and woo.
Double tap it.
Yeah, well, it stopped again. So glad I stopped again. We'll see in a few moments once we get it. Once I get it going. But other than that, and good to hear you, Cass, and everybody here on Facebook. I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. We appreciate, love you, and we'll see you soon. And always. Peace. Thank you, Cass, for letting me know that, bro, because I'm up here thinking I didn't get it. So my touch, it double taps sometimes. So
It happened to me the other day. I was recording something. At the end, I realized the thing was stopped. I thought, oh my goodness.
don't you hate that?
Oh, you just cannot get it back again.
Exactly, man. That's like, dang. But other than that, over here on Instagram, no. This is Facebook Live. But otherwise, I'll let you go before I hit Instagram. I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening, and your seeing eye. Established Diva. Glad you came through. Hopefully, you like the information. We'll see you and talk to you soon. And don't forget. Peace. Say again, Junior. Oh, this was Instagram. I don't know why I said. Say again, Junior.
Established diva.
Established Diva. You did say that, didn't you? Well, everybody on here on YouTube Live, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate, love you, and always. Peace.
Like the established diva.
Yeah,